What up, y'all? Um, Welcome to the June, whatever the day is, team meeting. It's the 15th. Oh, 15th protocol. Oh, Leslie lied to me. It's the 16th. So, 16th protocol. No. Um, Anyways, I hope you guys are doing good today. This thing is kind of loud, so if you need me to whisper, I will. But, I hope you guys are having a good year. We're halfway through the year, so we are going to talk a little bit about where you're at with your goals and what do we need to do to hit them by the end of the year. What activities do we need to change? And do we need to restructure our goals, or are we good where we are and we're good to work a little bit harder, maybe a little bit smarter and harder? I think someone said yesterday, it may have been on a leadership call that I was on, that this market is actually requiring you to work smarter and harder, not one or the other. I know next week, just a little plug for next week, we are going to have a team meeting about fallout and how to avoid fallout. So please make sure that you come next week and participate in that, because I think that's a huge, huge piece that we're all needing right now. So you can go ahead, Leslie. Um, Welcome to Keller Williams. Do we have any bucket fills online? It's not super packed in here today. So anyone want to unmute or say in the chat a bucket fill for the day? Somebody who's done something for you, fill someone's bucket here at Keller Williams who has supported you, or who's participating that I can call into here. I can call into here. Clarinda, Kirsten's. Any bucket fills, guys? I want to fill Clarinda's bucket since she is here, because she is just killing it with our new agents, helping them feel supported, helping them get into community and really guiding them. So I know that she does a lot for them that takes a lot of time and effort. And I am so thankful that she does that, because it really does help our market center and give us all the support that we promise our agents. She's just a huge part of that. So I want to fill Clarinda's bucket for that. And if no one else has anything, do you want to fill any buckets, like Leslie? You can make up a bucket fill.
I want to fill the leadership team's bucket for always thinking of new ways to make things more exciting, to get some more energy going on. I want to fill Chiquita's bucket because she had her first closing and she's been showing up every day. So super proud of her. And yeah, I think we have a lot of great energy going on these days.
Yay. Yes. Congratulations, Chiquita. That's so exciting. Okay. Moving on. So these are the market center numbers compared to MAR and, hey, Jason, and the MLS down in Mississippi. So we are way above the market center. I'm sorry, like the MLS trend. So for closed units, we are up 6% for the year. Is this year over year? Year to date. So we're up 6%, where MAR and the MLS United is down 5% and 2%. So we're crushing it there. Also with closed volume. So closed volume, we're up a crazy amount, 14%, especially in this market. I think that's really a testament to you guys really getting things closed and being a great co-op agent. So I know that fallout is something that is hurting us right now, but I think we are trending ahead of most of the market. So definitely can see how being in community and being at Keller Williams is helping you guys at least have those conversations with each other and learning how to get stuff closed. So listings taken, we are up 9%, where the boards are up 2%. Listings taken volume, we are kind of neck and neck with MLS United, and then we are above MAR, so trending ahead there. Listings sold, so we are down 10% in listings sold. and they are only down 5 and 2%. So we have a little bit of an opportunity there. But I think that goes back to just having those conversations on the front end about pricing, or being really confident in comps and those types of things, to have those conversations with your sellers. So anyways, that is definitely an opportunity. So if you are not comfortable with having that conversation, get on script and role play. And that's something you can role play on that call as well. So it's not just how to call your sphere. You can also role play how to have conversations with your sellers, or anything you want to role play. You're always welcome to role play on that call every morning. And then I know when you kind of come in for Deals and Donuts, either here or down in South Haven, Justin and Ashley, who run those, are always happy to help you with any situations that you have. So plug in, especially if you have a listing right now that we need to get sold, because that is a little bit of an opportunity. But I think it's a lot better than it was at the beginning of the year. So we can definitely see it trending in the right direction. Listings sold volume, we are up 9%, where the boards are down 1%, both are. And then we are up in contracts written and contracts written volume. So that's awesome. You can kind of see that correlates with the listings taken volume. So just have some opportunity there in the listings sold. But if you are struggling to sell your listings, or struggling with fallout, like, don't let something fall out without collaborating with another agent, with your broker, with someone else in here. Say like, hey, how would you handle this? Because sometimes someone else might be able to get creative, or have handled the situation like that before. So just before anything falls out, please, please, please call another agent and at least mastermind with them. Sometimes you forget tricks and tips that you used to have to use, and now they're coming back. So you can keep going, Leslie. All right, we're going to do awards for May. So top groups for closed volume. At number 3, we have the Harvey Group. Yay, the Harvey Group. Number 2 for top groups is the Home Gurus. Yay. And then number 1 is Wallace Group Home and Loan. So y'all, if you see them, make sure you tell them congratulations, because they are crushing it. And then for top teams, number 3, we have Parker Elliott. So they are killing it right now. I know Adam is working really hard. The Cook team at number 2, so that's awesome for May. And then number 1 is the Sanchez team. So make sure you guys talk to them, collaborate with them, and they are always, all these people are always willing to help in any way they can. Okay, and then for top individuals, number 3, we have John Moore crushing it on the board. Yes, sir. Number 2, we have Caleb Hall. Yay. And then number 1, we have Brandon Bynum. So congratulations to all the winners from May. Let's see. So today we're going to talk a little bit about AI and tech. I know we kind of talked about this AI roadmap a little bit on Win the Morning. But I just want you guys to keep in mind kind of why we are doing this. So we went to a Go leadership meeting last week. Got to have an opportunity to talk to Smokey, who is, by the way, I want him to come to our market center, because Smokey is just like a visionary for the future of real estate. And really, really, his whole vision is to make sure that everything we do, every like tool we bring into our tool chest, is keeping the agent at the center of the transaction. And how can we make sure that we have everything we need, so that the seller is always able to, they don't ever have to go anywhere else, right, in order to win. So whatever the seller wants, we have options for them. And so that's kind of where the keys to the future are always coming into place, right? So how can we embrace technology and where the future of real estate is going, while also building it and developing it? So I will say they're working tirelessly to see, like, what are the trends, what are people doing, and how can we be a part of that conversation so that people don't have to go elsewhere. So I know we were talking about, like, y'all ever see that guy Mark Spain? He has billboards everywhere in the country, I feel like. So he talked about how he has basically like make an offer for your home, right? And we have iFinder and all these opportunities for you to be able to have cash investors, right? So he pretty much was just talking about how those people who have come in, they kind of infiltrate our industry in different ways. Like, how can we combat that a little bit, or at least say like, hey, we have an option for that, so you don't have to go somewhere else because we already have a relationship, right? So you can go next. Actually, is the AI roadmap in here? Yeah. Will you skip to that and then we'll go back? So this is the AI roadmap. So I know a lot of times we are giving you guys prompts and ideas, ways that you can use your favorite LLM to use it inside of your business, right? So, hey, how can you build this out in your business? But these are some tools that the Go Network is creating right now. So some of them are in the works and some of them are already created. But it's just another way for you. These are all just tools to help you do your job faster and more streamlined so that you can go back out and have more conversations with people, right? So how can this help you do those kind of mundane tasks quickly so that you can then go out and have more conversations, shake more hands, kiss more babies, all the things that you should be doing as an agent. So the first one is Gobi. So that lives inside of the hub. So the hub is what we used to call Novalink. You should all have a login. If you do not, please tell me and I will make sure that you do. But if you guys joined recently, you should have it, and you should have one, Justin. But they just rebranded it to be called the hub, and it's super streamlined. And it just has all of our pieces of tech in there, as well as the KW platforms that will all in one place, basically. But Gobi is on the right-hand side. He is our little AI bot. And he can answer just about anything. So anything that you would text me or Leslie for, like, hey, what's our, W-9? What's like anything? How do I renew my E&O? If you have a question about the Market Center specifically, we've kind of trained it to answer those questions so that you can ask it and get an answer really quickly. Obviously, we're still here if you ever have questions that Gobi doesn't know the answer to, or you don't want to ask Gobi, but he does know just about everything inside of our platforms. So you can even talk through some of those things just like a regular LLM of like, hey, how do I use this in my business? Or it will, I know it has an API to Command, so it's going to be able to also help you inside of your database, tag people, create smart plans, do all kinds of things to help you streamline. If you don't have systems, it can help you, right, build those things out. But Gobi does just about everything and knows everything about our platforms, Keller Williams wise, and Go wise. Comply. Oh, you can role play with him. That's true. So if there is a seller that you're having a hard conversation with, tell it the situation, give it some comps, give it some resources, and ask it like, hey, based on all of this information, how should I approach this, right? So how should I have this conversation? So Gobi is already live and active. He is inside the hub, and he is ready for you guys to use and utilize. Ask him anything you want to know. We don't even know all the capabilities of AI, right? So sometimes he may know stuff that we don't even know how that it works. So test it out. Comply is going to be basically compliance, quick compliance, so that our brokers can, again, we're trying to, how can we give you guys technology so that you can be in a relationship with more people? We want our brokers to not have to be sitting in front of a computer, sending you your compliance back over and over and over with notes, right? So what this is going to do is tell you what's wrong with your file so that you can then get a note quickly, like, hey, this needs to be corrected, this needs to be corrected. And it will then, of course, just tell you when it's ready to actually be submitted to the broker, and then they won't have to go over it so many times. So that will help streamline that process so that the brokers can then spend more time with you guys training and, being a guide as a broker. So that is what that one is going to be doing. Gaps is something that we're using on the leadership side. And it is so that we can have through our conversations, right? How can we consult with you? and teach you how to upscale your business, right? So really it's all business analysis. So it's going to help us as we talk through something. Let's say me and you are having a conversation. How can I then, it will have all of my notes in there. How did we decide we were going to move forward? It knows everything, all the Keller Williams systems, models, tools, and the Go Network kind of tools and resources so that it can tell us like best practices, right? So that it can immediately give us an action plan for your business and how can we help you in it. Amplify is going to be Ally is going to be kind of in conjunction with coaching. So same thing there, but it will be kind of like your personalized AI. And then transaction management, eventually it will be able to be a listing and contract manager for you. So those ones are being built out, but we're super excited about these things because I think it's just going to help us streamline, save on hires. Once you get to the point where you're like, okay, I need to make a hire, maybe AI can help with that versus adding more cost to your business, right? So we're super excited about the AI roadmap. I know they're adding new things all the time, and it's more like done for you instead of you having to figure out how to use AI. They are trying their best to build out AIs that already have a functionality that you're not having to build it yourself. So super pumped about it. Okay, you want to go back? Yes. So we actually just got a new smart plan. So we're trying to make it super easy for you guys to re-engage with your database. If you have not talked to your database in a while or you need something of value to give them, this straight line insurance is something that you can give to your clients as a value piece, right? So right now, insurance has gone up for most people. Insurance is expensive, and most people don't even quote their insurance every year, right? You usually just renew and don't even think about it. It's just kind of on autopilot. But even if it goes up, right, you don't even think to renew. You're just like, well, oh well, insurance goes up. So Straight Line is a insurance broker. They have over 80 carriers, where most individual insurance companies have 3, 4, 5, maybe even 10 that they can quote to get you the best rate possible with the best coverage. But because they are nationwide and they have so many carriers around the United States, they can actually get you a better rate and get you the coverage quickly, seamlessly. And there is a benefit to the agent, right? So for kind of the connection, you as the agent get $50 per person who gets a policy. So it doesn't even have to be during a transaction. You can just send out this piece of value to your entire database. There's a smart plan inside of Command already built out for you. Just ignite it onto your database for it to touch those people with the verbiage of, hey, you may want to recheck your insurance. You don't have to do anything except turn it on. Once it gets sent out, if they do it, they have to name that you are the person who gave it to them, but you'll get $50 if they switch their policy. So it adds up, right? So if you did 500 people, that'd be $25,000, right? If 500 people signed up. And then when they renew, like I just said, most people don't even think about renewing. It just renews and on autopilot. You get $50 every year that they renew for 9 years. So it's just another stream of income. How can we as the brokerage give you more opportunities to make more money, right? So we're just trying to give you more opportunities to have more profit on your P&L. So Leslie is putting in the chat what the name of the smart plan is. It's Straight Line Insurance Reengage. Where is it? Reengage. And we can also send that out or even pull up what that looks like inside of Command. But that is a done for you smart plan for you to reengage your database with an opportunity for you to make money, right? So that is another part of kind of the 5 keys to the Go is how can we give you more opportunities to make more money on top of the transaction? So like I said, it adds up, and I'm excited to engage my database with it so that we can all push for more income. So if you guys have any questions about this, don't hesitate. I know we had a breakdown a few weeks ago of like what that looked like, but if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. But that smart plan is already active inside of Commands. You can just go in the libraries and add all of your database in there to re-engage them with Streamline. We already talked about that. Yeah, before we get started on this, I have a question for everybody in the room. So we're halfway through the year. I know some of you are brand new, but Tarnika, you are not, so I might pick on you. How's everybody doing with your goals? You don't have to say it out loud, but I want you to really think about it. We're 6 months through the year, right? It's 6 months. We're halfway through. Honestly, most things happen in 30, 60, 90-day cycles. So we're kind of working on the third, fourth quarter right now. So that is just something that I wanted to bring up, was really hitting your goals. And I'm going to actually go through a little bit of the MREA. Y'all know this is the real estate Bible. So if I'm actually going to send out to in the recap how to tab off your MREA book so that you can go straight to the topic that you're thinking about. What are you trying to focus on right now? Read the whole thing, but then really, if you can have this to go back and say like, okay, this is what I need to work on right now. How can I immediately go to that page? It's just a really simple way to like go through the topic. So I went back to the goals page here, and it talked about accountability, and it really just hit home considering we're halfway through the year, like I said. So accountability, refocus. Accountability is empowering process for continuous focus and refocus. So let's pull together some points we've made thus far in the quest of the powerful and prolonged focus. First, we create a personal plan. So big goals and big models. These are things that if you have a goal right now and you need to rethink it, that's okay, right? Like if like right now is the best time to go ahead and get a refocus and re-engage with your goals or reset them. Like there's nobody ever said you had to hit the goal that you start at the beginning of the year, right? So take 10 minutes to just say, okay, what's realistic and what am I going to run after relentlessly? Like, what am I going to be obsessed with hitting? And if I don't hit it, I'm going to be mad about it. That's what I want you to set your goal of. I don't want it to be so unrealistic that you're like, I'm not going to hit that, but I'll just set it. What is it that like, what is your bare minimum? I'm going to be mad. And this is what I'm running after. So big goals and big models. And then make the implementation plan, right? So we have focus, and next we have to time block. And then this gives us short-term focus by allocating our time to hit our focus. Then reality hits. We discover it's hard to keep our focus over time, even with time blocking. We discover that time blocking alone won't keep us focused over time, and we need help. The solution is accountability. Unfortunately, most people have a warped understanding of accountability and little to no appreciation for how empowering it can be in their life. Insofar as your focus is concerned, accountability picks up where time blocking leaves off. And you have to and you get the best accountability through a relationship that follows a process to refocus you regularly. It sharpens you over time, and accountability shapes and reshapes your focus. It's a learning loop to see clearly that what you should be focusing on, and a feedback loop for refocusing your attention. So, who is your accountability partner? Because that is the biggest thing. And pick one who's not going to say, oh, that's okay. Like, no big deal. No big deal. We'll try again next time. Pick someone who's going to remind you of your goals. If it's me, like tell me what your goals are and I'll hold you accountable. And I will say like, hey, you said your goal was this. Are you still working on that? Like, let's refocus, right? So somebody who tell them what you want, give them permission to hold you accountable and tell them that is what you need to focus, right? So I think all of exactly what it was saying is you do have to have structure. You do have to have a plan. And you do have to know what you're focusing on, but then you need someone or something that is going to hold you accountable to that every single time to come back to it and remind you of what your goal really is, right? So all of the noise in the industry, all the things you feel like you need to do that distract you from the thing that actually makes you money and is going to move the needle forward. So that is my big thing for today is really what I want you to take away from today is find an accountability partner and tell them what your goals are and what you want to be held accountable to. And tell them that you want to be held accountable, meaning ask you every week on Tuesday at 10, hey, did you do what you said you were going to do? And if not, why not? Hey, what are we going to change next week? Right. So, and that weekly accountability or daily, however often you need it to get back to focus, is what I really want you guys to take away from the day. I know, weekly accountability sometimes for me isn't enough because I'm like, oops, forgot. And it's been a week I haven't done my focus, right? So I have accountability partners who are daily. Like Leslie daily asks me, how many appointments did you set? How many people did you talk to? And if I didn't have her every day, sometimes I'm like, ooh, none, I better go back to my office because I haven't done what I was supposed to do today. So find an accountability partner who can just say that. Like, hey, how many conversations did you have today? Because that's what you're supposed to be doing, right? And then you have the discipline to say, ooh, I haven't done that yet, actually. Let me go back to, I'm not leaving until I do it. So halfway through the year, 2026 has been awesome so far. We saw the numbers. And I know we have a lot of big goals. So y'all go back to just that focus today. Find an accountability partner who can hold you accountable. Okay, Market Center announcements, and then we'll wrap it up. So, time to renew E&O. Please, please, please don't forget. The policy ends June 30th, which means as of July 1, you have to have a new policy in place. Please send us, I know Nikki has been probably texting, calling, emailing you, as well as the rest of our leadership team to remind you guys, but it is due by the end of the month. So please send us your policies so that we know you have it. There's no way for us to check state-wise because it's a third party. So please make sure you send us those policies so that we know you're covered and we're not bothering you saying that we're going to broker release you when we really shouldn't be broker release you. But I'm like, just legally, we do have to have that coverage. Yes, ma'am.
They are so behind and they'll cancel your stuff in a minute. So
To the MLS?
Yeah,
MREC.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good note, guys. So if you're in Mississippi, and we probably need to send that in the email as well, is that you also manually need to send it to MREC, because if they don't know that you have your policy, you'll get kicked out of the MLS, and then they're very strict about that, and I promise you they're gonna make you reinstate and pay for it even if you had it. So super important, guys, like this, if you see nothing else today, so make sure you do that. Tennessee, they did change the timeline. So it used to be 18-month policies. Now it's 2-year. So that's going to be like 220 now instead of the 165 that used to be for an 18-month policy. That way it's on the same day, and I think it's just easier for people to remember. So that is not a us thing. That's an insurance thing that they just changed the policy to a 2-year policy. So make sure you send us copies of that so that we can fight for you if MREC says they didn't get it, whatever that looks like. But don't forget to renew. And if you don't know where, check your email. Promise it's in there. All right, let's go next. Okay, important dates for Lone Wolf. I know everyone has already seen this. Everyone in this room has, and probably everybody on the screen, but I'm going to keep saying it over and over. By now, you should be doing everything in Lone Wolf, honestly. If you are not, you're behind, and you're probably going to get stuck double doing things, or you need to download, whatever that looks like. You need to be using Lone Wolf now at this point, because everything is now going to be closing after the deadline for DocuSign. One thing to note, DocuSign will be gone as of July 14th. When you wake up on July 15th, it will be gone. It will be gone. And you don't ever get that account back. So let me just preface that by saying, even if you say, I want to still use DocuSign, your KW DocuSign, where all of your documents lived, they're not going to reactivate that one. You're going to get a new DocuSign. You will lose all of your documents if you don't download them. You will lose them all. So please download them. There's a button at the top, which I have some trainings on the calendar too, and I will show you guys this on those trainings. I'm having them weekly. The region's having them twice a week. Go is having them twice a week. So there should be no reason why you can't get on a training. They're basically running 5 days a week to make sure everyone is super prepared. But you will, if you want your copies of your documents, please make sure you hit download your docs, and you can download them to your Google Drive. I can show you how to do it. And I will also be showing it on the Zoom calls that I do. If you're in the office and you want a one-on-one me to show you, if you're like, hey, just pop by and say, hey, Linda, can you show me real quick? I will do that anytime. Leslie's happy to do that if she's free. Like, all of us are here to support you, so don't let it sneak up on you. And can you look in the chat and see if somebody has a question about this? Where do we download to? Is there a space in Lone Wolf to store for compliance? No, there's no place in Lone Wolf to store for compliance. So if it's in if it's in Command, it's safe. If there's anything extra that you're like, oh, that's in that file that I might need one day, that's what you need to download. But I would download them to your Google Drive. Your KW Google Drive is unlimited storage space. So all of those docs that you've ever had inside of there, you can download them and save them in your KW Google Drive, so that you have them at your disposal. So if you save anything else document-wise, if you need it, like I know some people save their inspection reports or other, other items in there that you're like, for future reference, you may need one day. Just go ahead and download the entire DocuSign into your drive so you have access to it. Because you do need to hold on to those. But I will say Lone Wolf is super, super user-friendly. Like, it's, we've found some glitches, but I think we've got them fixed. The beauty of Lone Wolf is if you see something that's not working, like Keller Williams is the one who we can reach out to, and Lone Wolf is in partnership with us. So it's a pretty easy. Leslie has a plug with a tech guy now who she made a friend at Lone Wolf. So they're quick to talk to us now. Anyways, if there's ever anything that you're like, hey, it will work better this way, we can even send that request in and see if they'll, they might say like, oh yeah, that's a great idea, and add something. So if you see something that is missing, or that you had on DocuSign that you hope to see, in Lone Wolf, we'll figure out where it is in Lone Wolf or see how we can help mitigate. So by now, you should be using Lone Wolf. That's the gist of that. I do have a training on Thursday on the Zoom, I think at 1 o'clock. So pop on Thursday. It's on the calendar. If you need that Zoom link, I can also text that to you or send it out. So, okay, we're gonna go next. Oh, this is the hub that we were telling you about. So, remember Novalink has transitioned into the hub. This is way more aesthetically pleasing. Everything you can actually click and it goes to where you want it to go to. You don't have to go to My Business to get to the technology. So it's all right here on the front page. And then our little AI bot Gobi lives here. So I had a thought, but then I'm gonna hold it though. I'm gonna hold it. I'm gonna hold my thought actually. I just really want to emphasize like how passionate Go and Keller Williams is about keeping agents at the center of the transaction and making sure that our technology supports our business in us being better agents, giving our clients a better experience, and how can we use it inside of our businesses so that we're running a future focused model. I think the platform here is the biggest difference, right? So something that we talk a lot about on our leadership calls is that there was a survey that went out at the beginning of the year for top producers in the country, and what did they want? And they wanted community, right? Like everyone knows, like this business is so hard to do alone. So what we really are giving you, and I hope you'll take advantage of, is how can you use these platforms that are helping you give a competitive advantage and be in community. So I think that's our biggest value piece. So please take advantage of it. Anyways, these are really cool. So play around with them. Each one of them has a one-sheeter on what it is. Each one of them has a training on what it is. So if you have not played around with it, check them out. Put it on your calendar for 30 minutes a day to just look at them, right? so that you can see how can you integrate it into your business. Get a friend, an accountability partner, and y'all go through and be like, okay, we could add this, right? And it would help our sellers in this way or our buyers in that way. You can go next. Mega Camp is coming. Who's going? Turnick, are you going to Mega Camp? She's, yay! San Antonio is awesome. We went last year to San Antonio, and normally they have it in Austin. Normally they have it in Austin, but San Antonio was awesome last year. It was super walkable. It was beautiful scenery, and the Mega Camp is a little bit of a different vibe than Family Reunion. It's a little more like everyone in one room, people on stage, really just sharing their ahas, not their ahas, but really their playbooks, right? So where else can you be in the room with the top producers in the world telling you exactly what they do and how they do it? So y'all come to San Antonio. I will tell you, and I say this every time I talk about these big events. Every time I talk about these big events, I talk about how it really changed my perspective on how big you can build a real estate business. Because I didn't realize that Millionaire Real Estate Agent was something that someone could actually accomplish, right? And I just get stuck in this little bubble of our real estate market here in Memphis. And when you see it from a national scale and the scale that Keller Williams has built, it's just like mind blowing to get to rub elbows with those people. And they're all just telling you, even when you're networking, you're learning things from agents. I know it changed my business with like even creating Google local service ads. I didn't even know that was a thing. Someone taught it to me before it was a thing in Memphis. So that's the kind of stuff that you learn, is just like really learning from your peers when you're rubbing elbows with them and from the people on stage. So if you can make it, highly recommend. Let's see. Oh, this is our YouTube channel. So I don't know if y'all know this resource is available, but we wanted to bring it back so that you remember. And if you are new, you may not have ever seen this, but Keller Williams does a market update once a month. Our economist he has a YouTube channel where he does a show every month just talking about the economy, what has changed, how is it affecting real estate, from a really high level so that you're really plugged into what's going on. I learned so much from this guy. He is super smart, and he always has guests on there talking about like, what does this stuff mean? How does it affect us? That way you're just better equipped to have these conversations, and really execute the narrative of what's really going on. Because I think a lot of times our clients are hearing noise, and we have to be the professional and bring them like, hey, no, this is the actual facts, right? So super, super important to have that. I actually think we should probably run that in the market center every once in a while, just be playing in the training room for you guys to listen to. But subscribe to that, because that is just a huge benefit. And it's on YouTube, so anybody can go watch it. Go next. That's it. So we do have a broker open it's on the tables. It's from 11 to 1. So it's in Cordova. Y'all go see Candace. She is giving away a spa day. I know it's going to be Father's Day, but you can give it to your wife, or you can go to the spa if you're down. Oh, Patrick's like, yeah, I'm going. She's giving away a spa day. And she has a beautiful house in Cordova that you can go check out for your clients, go create some content, go add just some stories, whatever you want to do there. So I am not going to hold you guys any longer. I just want you guys to think about your goals for the year. We're in the second half of the year. I know it's summer. I know your kids are home. And I know those are the reasons why we don't want to slack off, right? Or that's why we don't want to slack off on our goals and our ambitions. So I'm so excited to see you guys here on this sunny June day. But don't forget Juneteenth on Friday, actually. Juneteenth on Friday. Tarnika has put together an amazing event. It was so much fun last year. Bring your kids, bring your family. We had tons of fun. Is there going to be music? Music and bounce houses and a food truck, ice cream truck. Face painting, all kinds of things. Kind of the same vibe as Family Field Day, excuse me. But we had so much fun last year celebrating on Juneteenth. So please come out. It's at Shelby Farms. It should be on our Facebook group, in the South Haven text message group, or the group me. And if you guys need anything at all, don't hesitate. But remember, we are closed on Friday. So, hey, we are closed on Friday, so we will not be here. We will be out celebrating Juneteenth, and we will see you guys next Tuesday. Next Tuesday, don't forget, we are going to have a class. Sorry, our team meeting is going to be focused on fallout and how to avoid fallout in this market. So y'all don't hesitate to reach out if you need anything, and I will see you guys at the Broker Open. Bye.